Okay, I'll show a little more detail of my, calling it my temporary well here. This is the wellhead here. And so I have a 4-inch PVC pipe going down approximately 60 feet down in the ground. And then I have a pump at the bottom of that that's pumping up. So here at the wellhead, I just made this myself. I have a little eyelet right here that has a stainless steel little 1/8-inch cable that's running all the way down to the bottom. That's holding that pump just above the bottom of the well. And then I have some poly tube connected to that. It's 3/4 inch coming all the way up, coming to a fitting in here. Then once it comes out, and it goes through here and goes through a one-way check valve, so the water coming from up on top of the hill can't feed back into it once the pump turns off. And then right here, teeing off of it, I have this pressure valve. So it senses, at top I have those little pressure switches, so if the little mechanical switch goes up, it turns off the water up top. This will sense it and send a signal to the pump controller, which I'll show you over here. This is my junk pile here, so this is some of the PVC pipe I have left over. So this is what I have down that hole, which is just a sewage drainage pipe there. And here's my controller. So this is this is all just temporary setup. This won't be his permanent home, so that's why it kind of looks, I don't like how it looks, but it works for right now. So this is a RPS 400 unit, which stands for 400 watt. I mean, I wasn't sure buying something online, you know, what you'd get, but I have been very pleasantly surprised by this unit. I would highly recommend getting this unit. It's around $2 grand for the setup. I mean, you can't beat that for a complete solar setup. It needs no electricity, runs all off solar. So what you see here, I got the power on, pump is running. This MPPT stands for, it's getting its maximum performance tuned right now, I guess what it stands for, off of the sun. So you can see right now, it's kind of cloudy, overcast right now. And even right then, it's getting its maximum performance. And then if it gets too clouded, we'll get a low power error. And then once that pressure switch goes on back there at the wellhead, this light would come on, be orange, and let me know that the tanks are full. And then if the well gets below to a certain limit, I have a sensor down in the well just above the pump that once it gets to that level, then the low, that stands for a low well light, comes on and it shuts the pump off. And then so I took the cover off so I could show you inside the unit here. So inside the unit here, I mean, it's pretty basic. I like it because it's pretty much just dummy proof. So I got 2 dials here. This dial here is the gallons per minute. So I have it turned all the way down right now, as slow as it'll go. And when I turn that thing all the way up, the thing cranks. I didn't know how many gallons a minute. I'm guessing 8 to 10 gallons a minute it's pumping when I have it turned all the way up. Then the dial above it here is the timer. So if you get a low water error, come on, this is the duration of time you want to dwell before the pump turns back on. So you can see I have it cranked all the way. It's about 45 minutes, I think. It'll sit there and not run. So the first sign it gets low water, it'll sit there for 45 minutes before it turns itself back on. So I mean, you can't beat this. This is pretty bulletproof setup. I've been very pleasantly surprised with it. I'll show you my solar panels here. I made my own temporary little setup before I committed to put a pole down and getting a permanent setup. I mounted my 4 100-watt solar panels there, and I've been very, very happy with the performance of this whole setup.